Alright, so the first play in this book that I'm going to go over will be, I'm going to go in book order, so we're going to start in gun ace. The first play will be inside cross. It'll be this one right here. Now, this play is not necessarily that great out in the open. It's like really good on the 5 type play. So if you say you're in the red zone and you can't get the ball in, so you have this option. It takes the post route on the left and makes it an in, just like the opposite side, which gives you basically a double in kind of concept. This is a really good one because you're gonna hit one of the two drags if it's a cloud flat. If it's a hard flat, or you see the back of the end zone open, you're gonna high point it to either of your outside receivers. So let's run it. That was cloud flat coverage. So let's see if what the defense gives me now. I'm running just random defense right now, just so I have different looks every time. Because it shows you got to make your reads no matter what. So your read is often going to be that tight end cross, but every so often you're going to get that kind of play. You just high point it with the left bumper pass, and it's a great play for the red zone. The next play is an audible. It's the inside zone. This play is also nice in the red zone because if they're really holding up the pass, then just surprise them with this nice run. It's really the only inside zone you can audible to in the Patriots ebook. So I wouldn't run it that much because they can see it coming, and it's not like the inside zone's been that great this year. It's okay in offset runs, but yeah, in this kind of run, it's more of something you need to surprise them with. Okay, the next one, I'm not going over corner strike because you all know how to do that. Same with the halfback screen. You all know how to run that. Hitch corners. That's one I will go over. Alright, this one is not a goal line. So we're going to go to the middle of the field. Alright, so what I like doing on this play is for either, you can do it to the left side too. Just double in one side. And then block your halfback, make sure you don't get sacked, so make your line reads. And then your first read is going to be Rice to Jones to Davis to Owens. So no Rice, Davis, or Jones. Oops. It's a really fun play. It's not something you're going to run all the time, but it gets the job done. Alright. Alright, next play. This one is Patriots Gun Y ISO. It's right here. Alright, the first play I'm going to go over is a goal line play. It's spacing. So this one is a 2-yard play. It really only works at the 2-yard line. It can work in other places, but the end zone makes it the best. So you're going to slant your tight end, and then you're going to look at your Y, or your slot receiver. In my case, it's Fred Taylor. So as soon as you get the ball, you're going to snap, throw it, left trigger pass to Taylor, and hopefully he possession catches it. Oh, I made the wrong read there, but that's because I am still getting new to this whole streaming thing. The pressure is on. Alright, so look at your Y receiver, snap, throw it, left trigger, Y pass. And hopefully they possession catch it and you get it almost every time. Because you're going to get stuff like that where it's like blocked by a leg, but a lot of time the defenses you see online are going to let that be open. Alright, so now for the next play. The next play on the book is bubble screen. Alright, so the bubble screen is not really a goal line play. I mean, you could use it that way, but I wouldn't recommend it. Let's see how well it works right here. See, it worked right there, but it works best against cover 2. and not many people run cover 2 in the goal line. So you're going to run it way back here again. Alright, let's see. Alright, so the best thing you can do right here is either have 2 really good blockers at where Rice and Taylor are, and then a speedster at Owen's spot. So on Ultimate Team, you're going to want, the cheesiest way to do it is Tyreek at Owens, and then the Jason Peters and Donald Penn at the other 2 spots. And then you throw it and just try and get everything you can. Boop. Alright, inside cross. Inside cross is the next one. So, boop, where's YSO? Pass it. Yeah. Okay, so our next play is inside cross. So, what I like to do is I re-in Rice, I block Craig, and then I streak Davis. And it gives you a levels concept. So something usually gets open. It's not a monster of a play. It's really just a decent 3-4 yard play. Just hit the open crosser. It's pretty simple. These reads are crossing or level reads are really easy. Okay, so gun empty ace Patriot. There's a couple cool things about this particular formation. So you need a receiving back at running back for this one. So you're gonna use either the Tyreek Hill halfback or the Tavon Austin, and there's a couple others, but I'm not really gonna go over them. This play is nice because it has 3 blockers to the screen, and it's a tackle and 2 tight ends that are blocking, so you have great run blocking. The problem with this play is oftentimes with wide receiver screens this year, your wide receiver is going to run backwards. That's horrible, but it's something that happens, and you gotta just take the risk with the reward. So, see how if I had Tavon Austin and elusive style back, I could have probably had that. But we'll run it again. See, didn't have it. But one thing you can always do is if you have a scramble QB, just run around it because the CPU plays ridiculous. Alright, so this next play is going to be a goal line play. The screen that we just were on is really decent in the red zone, but it's not something you're going to run. See, like stuff like that's going to happen. They're going to shoot right through the gap and you're not going to get nothing. And then other times nah, that one almost had it, but not this time. Okay, so the next play is stick. Stick has been a popular play in the goal line for many years. I like to run stick still because a lot of people still can't stop it. So your reads are Owens, Rice, and then Jones. So it's going to be slot, outside, and then tight end. And then you just throw it to the open guy. It's really easy. The tight end stick gets open pretty often too, but I wouldn't count on it because that one's the one people cover the most because they expect that tight end stick, and then that's where they get the pick six. Alright, spacing in that same formation, it's exactly the same as the other spacing. Just flip it and then throw it to that slot receiver. But this one also comes with the option to scramble a QB. Alright, so this is gun empty base flex. So it's the same as the other one, but your halfback's in a different spot. So all you're going to do is just re-slant Craig, and then you get the same kind of stick concept. But yeah, the reason you're re-slanting that halfback is because his regular read, or his regular slant, let me show you, is too high. He's not a receiver, so he's not going to get the high point pass if you tried it. So, just run the stick. It's really easy. Alrighty, next play. Next play. Hope you guys are enjoying this concept tree or whatever. It's something I've been working on for a while. Alright, so the next play we're going to look at is, well, Pat Slant is an audible. Let me see what the next one is. Alright, Pat Slant will be the second play. Alright, so the first play that I have over here is this like Y slant or Pat slant. The cool thing about this play is look at Davis's route, the tight end. It's a slant going out. In the goal line, it's open so well. I can't even stress how much like this play can get open. It's not the best play because if there's a hard flat, it's covered. But if they're running hard flats in the goal line, most of the time you can get something over the middle. That's just kind of how it works in defense. All right, so the next play is Pat's Y in. This play is probably my favorite in the book. So what you have to do is just block halfback so you can get some more time. You can block the tight end as well, but that's one of your third reads. So the first two players you're looking at is Owens and Taylor. So those two routes. The way you're gonna find out what you're gonna throw is that slot defender. If he's in a hard flat, your Taylor is gonna be wide open unless of course the safety gets a good play rec. If he's in a cloud flat, Owens will get wide open, and he can get a rack catch for quite a bit of game. If both Owens and Taylor are covered, Davis's tight end route or Rice's post route will be open. It's just recognizing it is the hard part. So that was a hard flat. Owens caught it in a weird way, but I probably threw it too late. So that was man coverage. And let's see, run it one more time. Want to give you the... No, got sacked. Okay, so when... I want to show you the wide open Taylor route. It just takes a while for the computer to give me a wide open Taylor route. Probably should have put another controller on so I could do this. But trust me, it gets wide open if they're in a hard flat. Here, I'll show you. I'll force the computer to be in that cover 2 hard flat. Alright, so Pat's Y in, formation. Alright, so let's do, what's the most common one? Like dime, Tampa 2. Where's hard flat? Cover 2 hard flat. Alright, so watch the nickel corner on this hard flat. It goes after that, leaving that wide open. And that's what I wanted to show you. It was just being annoying. Alright, so the next one is also a bubble screen. This is just like the other bubble screen, but this one has a very, very major flaw. So this one, if your receiver doesn't catch it, it's a fumble. It's just that, and the rack catch glitch does not help it at all. So, yep, that would have been a fumble in game, but we're in practice mode, so it don't matter. So, it's a good play when they catch it though. So make sure when the receiver you have has catch on the run and high catch, like the stat catch, you do not want them dropping that. But that's something you're only gonna run like once a game, maybe. So the next one we're gonna look at is Pat's Flood. Pat's Flood. Okay, so the only time to run this play is to the open side of the field when you're on a hash like this. So I like to block both of these guys, but the problem there is all three of those routes can be covered easily. So read in Davis, and then just read it as a flood. Yeah, read the flood, hit the wide open guy, and then just try and make your reads. That's all you have to do. It's a good couple yards. Alright, so what do I have on drive post? Alright, so drive post. Drive post. There we are. Okay, so let's go in the middle of the field. Alright, we're gonna motion the slot. Oh, streak the tight end actually. Streak the tight end. We're gonna take the slot receiver. We're gonna motion him right, and as soon as I get past the tight end, we're gonna snap it and give him the delayed route. And well, it failed right there because Since the patch happened, the delayed routes, when you try to do it that way, they kind of have a tendency to not work. So try and just find out the depth you need to be at for it to work, and that's what happens. The delayed routes almost beat everything. They have problems, but they beat a lot of things. Let's see. We'll go through a different play first. Next one will be inside cross. Where are you, inside cross? Alright, so inside cross. So max protect, streak your tight end, re-in Rice, and you got another levels concept. And just try and hit the guy. So now that we're back here, just one more time. I know nobody's gonna run cover 3 man, but I just felt like throwing it up. Alright, and there's one more play in this book. So it's your audible. It's this one. So what you're going to do is block him, I guess. Block him. Alright, so your main reads are going to be both those posts, or the post and corner. They should get open. The problem with this play is your protection is just awful. It's a decent play though when you can get it open. But that's the last play in that formation. Alright, so gun bunch weak. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, so gun bunch weak. Well, first play we're going to look at is your audible PA post. This is something you'll see everywhere online. Trust me. There's never going to be a time you're not going to see it. You're going to drag your tight end. Alright. Now you're going to look at your outside receiver. Motion him out. Snap throw. That way he gets the delayed. And he kills cover 2. The Owens route will kill cover 2. He does a really good job at it too. Now, your tight end's going to get open well. The best route on this play is that Taylor post. Because oftentimes you're going to see Tampa too. So your opponent's user is going to get out of the middle of the field. And that's going to give your post route wide open space to just you can't say face catch this year, but it's still basically face catch. And then against cover 2, if you need a big like Hail Mary kind of cover 2 play, you streak your tight end and still motion him out, and then you either throw the tight end or the post. It does not get open very often. It's basically just a last resort kind of play. I wouldn't run it really as anything but that. See, that's what happens. You can hit the post route a little easier when you do it. All right, so the next one's gonna be bunch trail. This is a goal line play. All right, where are you, goal line? Bunch trail. All right, let's go to the goal line. So I call it a red zone play more likely, because if you're inside the 3 and you're not trying to run it in, what are you doing? Okay, so you're going to do that. So you motion your slot receiver to the left, making that corner a post route. Then you're just going to snap it and just high point it to him, and hopefully he gets it. It's best with someone who's 6'5", of course, but if it's this is like a 3rd and long play where you're trying not to throw an interception, but you still want to go for the score. See, because no matter what quarterback you have, you're gonna sail it. I'm gonna run a couple more times and see if I can hit it. Yeah, got it that time. All right, so the next play is also an audible, and it's a goal line play. So if you're at the 2, say you're looking for a 2-point conversion or just a very short yardage, this is a play I like to run, spacing. You're going to look at Taylor, Davis, and then Owens. Taylor? No. Davis. Yeah, Davis was open, but I didn't throw it for some reason. So that's the problem with a lot of these plays. You have to know your reads, and you have to hit them. That wasn't open. Alright, let's try it one more time, see if I can get Dort. Alright, Davis. Yeah, the tight end route's going to be open the majority of the time because people in goal line like to blitz more to try and catch you off guard. So you're going to hit the flat a little more. The other thing you can do in this one is last resort Hail Mary. Or you can throw your outside receiver over to the right and do a fade. It doesn't really get caught that much, but it's something you can try. Alright, so is there, what other plays in here? So we got Verts. Alright, so Verts is the last one. Okay, where are you, Verts? Actually, Verts is the last one. Pat's Curl. Pat's Curl and Verts. Now, I don't have Pat's Curl in the book. I actually wanted to keep it out because I wanted a couple plays that were video only. Yeah, try and make the video a little special. So I like to block the halfback, slant the left side receiver, and then it's a unique looking flood. So your tight end will get open pretty well. I like to have Ozzie Newsome or Vernon Davis be my tight end because they have such high trucking. You can also just throw something open. That was a bad throw, but you know, Madden. Okay. So over the middle. Yeah. Each route should get open pretty well. So you all remember the beginning of the year where they would motion out this guy and get the speed burst, but they patched that. So what happens now is a delayed route, which might be worse. So you do the delay route, and then you just throw the guy that's open. So what I like to do is max protect. So still in the wrong play. Right, max protect, and then I out Davis, and then I do the delay snap for Owens, and Owens is a pretty decent one-on-one, or I guess not Owens, but that outside receiver will be decently one-on-one. It's not gonna happen every time, but if they're in hard flats, Owens will burn it. He just absolutely will burn it, like right there. And obviously, a lot of these players are better than you're gonna find in Ultimate Team, but I really wanted to use the Niners to show my playbook off, and the Niners are garbage this year. So, you know. And then there's also that last one that I just ran right here. You're gonna max protect. Keep forgetting the inverts. All right, max protect, slant Davis, slant Owens, and then motion snap Owens for the delay. And this is one of those plays you see ran by a lot of noobs, but it still works. You know, might as well keep it in your back pocket if you ever need it. It's not very effective though, especially with cross manning. It's just not something. All right, so the next one is going to be in gun tight doubles on. Shot fade cross. Now, what I like to do on this play is just swing Craig. And the reads are Rice and Craig. So you look at Craig. Is he covered? Kind of. You throw it to him and hope he can truck it. So it's a lot like a shot draw concept that I'm going to go over more in depth a little later on this video. So you're going to motion over. So you can run. I should have hit the other crosser, but I didn't. It's not something that the Owens route is not going to be something you can hit very often. It's mostly going to be the swing and that play. So don't mind me running it horribly because I'm still not the greatest player in this game. But, you know, it does work. Wee. Owens catches all the passes. Okay, so the next play is... Where is it? Yeah, flood. Alright, this flood play is kind of just garbage, but the thing about it is they probably won't see it coming, you know? You can you get 3 crossers, which is it's basically a flood. You just can't tell. Alright, so we got a bench coming up. Tight doubles on. Alright, bench. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna streak Owens. We're gonna either out Craig like that or swing Craig like that. And what I like this play for is it's a bench to one side and a flood to the other. Now that doesn't mean you're gonna like just automatically get yards on this play. It's a tough fucking read. But the thing that makes it better is you have a bench to one side, so they're going to be in bench defense. So that will help the right side get open like this pretty deep. That's usually what happens when someone's in bench defense, unless they're in Mabel bench defense. If they're in Mabel bench defense, this is what you want to do. You want to hit it right there. You're going to hitch the tight end and then slant the outside receiver. If you know that middle is going to be open, that's what you do. Because Davis will take away the only guy who could be over there, and then he'll be right there. Alright, pivot fork is the next play. Alright, so there's a couple ways to run in this one. So the simplest one is drag Rice. That gives you 2 overs and that. So versus cover 2, you're going to be able to hit that post. Versus most other coverages, it's going to be Rice and Davis's routes. If well, let's run it and see what happens. Alright, so, boop. Man, this all-time Rams team is actually pretty deadly. Alright, so we're going to run it again. Alright, so when you run it, when you throw it to your slot receiver, what's going to happen a lot of times is your tight end corner is going to block for you. It's not going to work every time, but the downfield blocking to where he's at, it actually kind of works. No one's going to ever run goal line, so just throwing it up. Oh, look at that, goal line stopped it. Madden logic. I really need to find a way to just have random plays, not do Hail Mary defense or goal line defense all the time. It's quite annoying. Alright, so if you have a particularly aggressive linebacker user you're facing, streak Rice, and then try and hit the that outside kind of route like there. It got blocked by the middle, but when you're facing an aggressive user, the middle's going to be wide open. They're not actually going to even cover it. Oop. And nothing ever wants to go my way when I'm trying to show off a playbook. Isn't that funny? Yeah, so we're going to go back to this. That's what you're going to run this kind of formation most of the time. It's just that drag. The other way you can do it is still do the drag. And this is again to attack the user. Slant Taylor. And then motion snap him. And if the user is being aggressive, he will leave that where the delay slant gets to wide open. You can get a pretty good gain on it. Now, cross wheel. This is a play that when I was researching this book, everyone tells me, run the cross wheel. Why don't you run the cross wheel? It doesn't work for me, but it might work for you, so I'm going to show you the setup. So you're going to max protect, drag your tight end, streak your wide receiver, and then, streak your wide receiver, and then slant this other guy. And then you're going to motion, delay, slant him, or snap him just like everyone else. Now I see what people are talking about and why it works, but whenever I run this in-game, it kind of fails me. So I just thought I'd be real with you on that one. Alright, so normal flex, weak Pats, Patriots corner. This is a play I think is an okay play. You can do whatever you want to that Taylor route, in all honesty. Doesn't really affect the play that much. I streak them so I can try and get the flood concept, and then hit the running back. The problem with this formation is every play is a motion, which can be good or bad. If you're like me and you really only like this play out of here, it's bad. But so we'll run it again. We'll try to hit that out post. So it's something you can run. Well, there's one other play I'm okay with in this book. I'll show you. Alright, so it's this pass drive. I like this play. It's not that great, but it's something you can run if you have to. Yeah, see, like the problem is so many people congregate over the middle when you run it. It just becomes ineffective. And then goal line sacked me again because I'm not allowed to show people how to run this book. Alright, so yeah, the post will get open decently. Patriots gun doubles will be the next one. Alright, gun doubles. We're gonna do halfback angle. So what I like to do is I out the right side receiver, then I smart route him, which this is only something you can use when it's something in 10. Then what you're looking for is, are they in cover 2, are they in man, or are they in cover 3? If they're in cover 3, you're gonna hit that out you just smart routed. If they're in cover 2, you're gonna look at the Davis-Craig concept. If they're in nickel 2 blitz, you're gonna snap throw it to Davis. So, yeah, that looked like cover 2. Boop. And that's really all I can say about this play. It's not that, really isn't that complicated, honestly. There's only a couple reads you can do. It's not something you're gonna base a whole scheme on. Under seam. If you follow my playbooks, you've probably seen that this is almost in every book, and I run it in every book. What you're gonna do is just out the halfback. That's all you have to do. Because the 2 vertical routes are gonna take away most of the defenders. If they don't take away the defenders, then you have your ice route. That's all there is to it. Trust me. There's really nothing unique about this play. Just the defenders were taken away, so you throw it to halfback. If not, throw it to Rice. Alright, double sluggo. That play is... I'm gonna show you it, but it doesn't work in practice mode as much as I would like it to. Let's see, double sluggo. This is a solo challenge play. So what it is that those delay routes over on each side, they're delayed streaks. So what this does to the CPU on solo challenges is it confuses them, and you can just blaze right past them. Because in solo challenges, they're still using gold or silver corners. So this will just burn them. And then you have the Taylor route just in case. So just throw it high up and hope you get it. Yeah, that's all there is to that one. Alright, flanker drive. Flanker drive is another play that I wish was better, but it's all you can get. So flanker drive right here. Alright, so what I like to do is, let's see, let's out him like that, and then just hopefully you can hit something. Yeah, the problem with this play is there's not really anything special about it. Like, you could smoke screen him, and then maybe the tight end route will get open better. Or, yeah, so that's really all you can do. Why shallow cross? Alright, why shallow cross? Why shallow cross? Where are you? Alright, so why shallow cross? What we're gonna do here is motion the tight end left. So that gives that kind of thing. Streak the halfback, and then in the wide receiver on the right. Hopefully you don't get sacked. And then you can hit something of the crossers. Of course, that's not the only way to run it. You can block max protect, streak him, smoke him, and then in him. But Again, like that's kind of a concept I left out of the book because it's just not something that's going to be super effective for you. Because all it does is keep that guy down, and then if you have time, you can hit the wire out, but it doesn't get open that well. Right. In this book, Y sail is an audible. Then you just drag your slot receiver, and then most of the time you're going to want to hit the running back, but since the running back wasn't open, actually everything was covered on that one. But so what you're going to do is just audible to it. In, drag, slant, do whatever you want to that slot receiver, just get them off that hitch. And then throw it. That's all there is to it. Inside zone. In the book, I say just run it, because it's just a run. After a while of doing these books, I get tired of putting runs in the book, because it's like, how do you break down a run? There's only a couple runs that are even worth mentioning when you really think about it. Okay, so now we're actually in single back. Yeah, single back. So single back ace. Pay a all go. This is a shot play. Just if you want, slant him or something, and then just throw it deep. Hopefully you get it. You didn't right there, but you know. The tight ends get open the best on head-to-head because of all the kind of concepts that people run. But yeah, threw picks 2 times in a row. I try to ignore that, but you know how Madden does. Alright, levels divide. We all know how to run halfback dive. The reason that's in there is because halfback dive on single back is actually really effective. Levels divide is run just like the under seams that we talked about earlier. You just run it like that. If your halfback's not open, you just throw it to that guy. Really easy. Alright, so tight end all cross. Tight end all cross. Alright, let's look at this play. Tight end all cross. Right there. Alright, so this play is just a big play. That's all there is to it. If you have time in the pocket, something's gonna get open. But the problem is single back doesn't give you a lot of time. Okay, we're gonna hopefully... Nope, still no time. Alright, man, come on. Give me time so I can show this play. Yeah. Oh, yeah, throw a goal line at me. Hey. I really need to get a second controller when I'm doing this. That way I can actually call something. Hey. Alright, so I know you probably see what I mean, because they're deep crossers, so if you have the time to throw one, it will get open. But it's a bad play overall. I don't have to probably explain that, because you just saw me get sacked like 5 times in a row. Alright, Z spot. Alright, so you can always run these Z spots, stock like this, or you could streak your outside guy like that and turn it into a sail. It's really an uncomplicated way to do things. Yeah, so that's all you have to do there. Spot routes aren't that effective unless they're spread out, and what I found. You just look at the spot and who covered, and try and hopefully hit someone open. Alright, so the next one we're going to look at is one of my favorite formations. Single back, ace, pair, twins. So the scheme out of this is run stretch, because it's the first play. Halfback dive is your audible, and then PA boot life tackle is your play action audible. I'm going to start us looking at Pat's why go, and then I'll show you why the other plays are pretty good. What gets open on this play is the dragon route on the halfback, which is like a regular out, but it speeds out faster. And then the Owens route also gets open pretty well. So you just throw it to whichever one gets open first. Hopefully don't get sacked, because that's the problem with this here again. No time to do anything. Alright, so the next one, we're going to do PA misdirect. Alright, so whoops. PA misdirect right there. Yeah, PA misdirect shot. So So you're gonna drag your tight end 2 and just throw it to the whichever tight end gets open. So both of them got open there, but it's usually just one of them. Run it one more time. Oop. Alright, so Vernon Davis got open. I just didn't have time in the pocket, which is the story of my life during this little offensive show off. Oh, and that's actually something that will happen a lot. You will get blown up on PA plays in this book. It's annoying because all they have to do is play the wide receiver or whatever. Play pass. That's what it is. Yeah. Again, I could have thrown it as a tight end, but I like throwing it to the guy who's lower on the field. All right. So the concept I'm about to show you, that your quarterback has to have 88 speed or higher. So we're gonna use Kaepernick. This Kaepernick in particular has Michael Vick's 96 speed, but 88 speed will do the same thing. Trust me. I run it all the time. So if you're on my Facebook group, I actually posted what this play would look like in Ultimate Team using the Super Bowl Russell Wilson. Not this one. It would be this one that was on the Super Bowl play, but I'm just showing you why the stretch is okay. Decent stretch. Definitely not Madden. What was it? Madden 12 stretch, but it's still a stretch. And then the dive is my favorite dive. If you have a guy with 95.3 speed and like 95 agility, this play is gonna get so many yards. That dive, I don't know why. There's no reason to explain it. It just does. Alright, so the QB version run of this is actually really funny. So it's just the boot. You don't have to make any adjustments. Just make sure you don't get sacked. So if they QB contain, you throw it to the tight end. If they don't contain, run it with your QB. Watch how fun it is. I'm going to run it till I get to show you how the QB runs. Yeah, there we go. So the blocking actually gets set up, which gives you opportunity to actually run it all the way. Just like that video I have. It's a very good play. Trust me. Alright, so now for my favorite running formation in all of Madden. Only Pittsburgh has a similar one. So I form Pro Twins. We're gonna run it against anything. This dive play, yeah, it didn't get many yards right there. But this is a play I'm gonna run 10 to 15 times a game, just because. And it has the ability for home runs. Like there's a home run right there. Power is the next play out of it. It's also audible. You can run power normally. Or you can do it the way I like to do it, which actually works too. So you flip it, do that, and then motion your receiver and snap it right when he gets there. When you do that, your receiver is actually going to take the linebacker instead of that nickelback. And the nickelback's not really going to be a part of the play unless he's a good player like nickelback. So I just keep that in mind. Alright, so our next play is fullback dive, obviously. It's not last year this was annoying, but this year it's stoppable, but it's probably the best fullback dive in the game to me. There might be other ones. Counter is something that most people run better than me, so I'm not going to show it because it just makes me look horrible. Alright, so what's the next one? Stretch. So stretch, you can run stretch if you want to run stretch. Same with power. The next play I'm going to look at is PA cell. I like to max protect and swing my fullback out. And I throw it to the open guy. So it's better when you're on the other side of the hash and you have like the whole field to work with. Because you need Owens or you need your fullback or that wide receiver to get open. And oftentimes they'll only get open at the very edge of the route. Which can be a major problem. Alright, so the next one is PA Power O. This is an audible. Let me just get the different defense on the field. Alright, so PA Power O. So what we're going to do is we're going to motion right, my left wide receiver all the way to the right, streak him, and now we have a flood. And we just throw the flood, and there you go. Pretty simple. Screen's okay. The reason the screen works in this one is because most people aren't expecting it. By far the best play right here is PA draw shot. This is my favorite play and favorite concept of the year. So you call it, swing your fullback, and just run it like this. And your fullback, you're gonna want either a big guy like Jason Peters who can truck, or a fast tight end or something at there. So what makes this play so good is versus cover 2. What gets open is the tight end or the fullback. Versus cover 3, it's going to be the tight end or the slot wide receiver. And most of the time, people are playing cover 2, which means this play gets open most of the time. See, I threw it a little wrong, but I was under pressure, to be fair. So we look at that, and then tight end. It's a good play. Alright, so the next one is going to be single back tight slots. Single back tight slots. Alright, so the first play is going to be mesh. You see, this play is something that kind of died once cross-manning became a thing. You can always try something, like I like to motion you out, slant him, and then motion snap him. Oh, I guess I have to motion snap him the other way. Boop. I guess I can't motion snap him. I'm probably thinking of a different book. Okay, so motion him out, slant him, then just try and hit something open. Most of the time, this is just a bad play to call, though. The draw is your audible. So if you see them overload blitzing, call the draw. Because most times they're taking one side of the defense and putting them in zones, and the rest of the line is blitzing on one side. So if you draw, you can see where it's going, and then you can just run to the side it's not doing, or they're not blitzing. It's kind of nice. Alright, so Y flood is another one. It's like the other Y flood, just something you run to kind of keep them on their toes. Nothing too crazy. PAY shot. This is a interesting play because I don't have a foolproof way to make this work. But see that X route? See how like deep it got and wide open? It just does that. The problem is your protection is like key, and single back formations, you have to get the ball out quick. Alright, so halfback wheel. This is one of my favorite plays in the game. I'm so happy many playbooks have it because it's a nice fallback play. You're going to look at Taylor, Rice, and Davis's routes. Owen's route doesn't really matter unless you want to do the motion snap thing, which doesn't work. But it might work in another book that has the exact same play, just labeled differently, because that's how Madden works. Alright, so you're going to block your halfback, drag your tight end, and then you're going to throw the post, or throw the corner, or throw the drag, whichever gets open. So, post was right there. I have left reads in the description, so cover 2, you're reading the post. Cover 3, you're reading the drag to out, or the drag to corner anyway. And on versus man, you're looking at the drag route and the in. Just a good overall play. Bench, I'm not going over that again because we all know how to run it. Single back jumbo pair. Single back jumbo pair. So you got power O. Power O. I like power O the most out of these. So when you run, you're going to come out in power O, and if you see something like this where they're leaving the middle wide open, you're just going to audible to dive and run it up the middle. Pretty simple. Stay in power O, and then if they leave the left side open, just motion it over. Hopefully you get the yards. And that's all you can do right there. And then there's a third play in the Patriots book, is the only one I can think of right now that has it, is this halfback belly weak. It's like when you would flip the play left for power O, but way more effective. So if they don't cover this, it's going to get some yards. See how much wide open room I had? It just didn't let me take it. That's very, very common. Okay, single back Y trips. Next one. Okay, single back Y trips. First play will be PA boot right tackle. Problem with this play is protections like usual, but your slot receiver right there will get open a lot of the time. Same with the tight end. Not much else to say right there. Let's see. Alright, so the next one is bubble screen. I just like all bubble screens, but this one isn't the greatest because it only has the one blocker. But the cool part about this bubble screen in particular is, say you're running it to this side. Alright? Now, what happens on a lot of bubble screens is a slot defender actually gets in the way, like perfectly. So you can always scramble it out, and then you can throw it to him. Smarter receivers will actually start running forward and get wide open. Flood. Well, we all know how to run a flood, right? Do I have to show that one? Yeah, we'll show it anyway. Flood. Alright, so we got a flood. Just run the flood like a flood. That's pretty simple. You just flood the defense, hit the open guy. Smash. Hulk smash. Alright, so smash. Where are you, smash? Alright, smash right there. Alright, so smash, very simple. I call this my good feeling read because the hitch corner is almost always available. So you throw the hitch or the corner and then try and get some yards. All there is to that one. Let's see. Yeah, I don't ever talk about verts because we all know how verts work. Alright, let's see. The next one is... Where is it? Stick and nod. Alright, so what I like to do is motion him out like that, slant him, and then just try and hit something open. Hopefully you don't get sacked because you're only having 5 blockers, which kind of sucks, but it's the only way to get that hitch route open. See that tight and shake route? That's what I meant, not hitch. Alright, so post. Post is the next one. Alright, so where is it? Alright, wide receiver post. Alright, so this is just a cool all-cross concept. Something generally gets open. That's kind of what all cross does. Something's always open if you have time to throw it. That's probably another tip for another day, but if you see a zero blitz, just chuck it up. Your receiver, I think, gets a boost on it. Another thing you can do on this play is put Rice right there in a smoke. In your other side wide receiver. Throw, and hopefully, see how RB took away that cover 3 route? It's pretty effective. The problem is, again, the timing it takes to throw the route. If you have time, throw it. But, as always, Madden doesn't want me to show you how cool that play is when you can actually throw it. Yeah, whatever, as close as we're getting. But I'm sure you saw what I meant. When you throw it, you should be able to get a wide open... There it is, finally. Man, that took forever. Alright, so now we're going to go into Patriots gun split close. The reason all these formations are kind of out of order is because this was the very first one I did. And I got a lot better at it recently. If you've seen my Titans one I just put out, it looks a lot better. The outline on the Google Doc looks nice, stuff like that. Alright, so there's 2 ways to run this. Swing Craig that way, or do this one the other way. The reason we're doing that is because it's the draw cross concept that we saw earlier out of the I-form. You're gonna throw it to either the halfback who I should have thrown it to. Let's see, let's do it again. Okay, yeah, halfback. So yeah, it's a nice play. Trust me. Let me get a scrambling QB in. There's a reason scrambling QBs work better on this one. Okay, we'll do Kaepernick because the only left-handed QB is Vic, and I don't want to get anyone the wrong idea. Alright, so I like to motion, or I like to do this. And what happens here is something, those two, the halfbacks going up like that actually give you a better crossing route pattern. The problem is the pressure comes in way faster. So you could always do one and keep a halfback in. And then try and throw the open guy. This is a play where you're going to want to watch the pocket, break down, and get out of it. Did it again. Alright, so extract 12. Or actually, let's do the audibles first. Alright, so simple one. Just make it a flood. You know, run like a flood. Really simple. Don't have to go over that one too much. This one, max protect. Do that. Do that. You got a different looking bench, but you got a bench. Alright, let's go back to that play we were just on. I forgot to show you the second part. If you get blocking, I didn't get blocking there, but see that Owens route right there? That when it shakes a little bit, if you can hit it, it gets deep open, like behind all coverage. But like every play I've had right now, I'm having problems showing you them all because of just timing. See, like that one worked. But usually it's more open. It doesn't look like I got enough time to show you it. Sorry if I'm going a little fast. I don't have perfect video software yet, so I'm trying to keep the Twitch videos small. That way I can edit it a little better for YouTube. Alright, so this one is pretty simple. You can leave it stock. Your first read's going to be the running back that's going out on a wheel. Second read's running back going on a Texas, and then third is drag. So, yeah, wheel. Yeah, rack catch glitch. The other thing you can do is block the halfback and run it the same way. You just take away the first read, that's all. Alright, did a Z spot. Don't need to talk about screen. Y out, Y out. Alright, Y out. So Y out, where are you, Y out? Alright, Y out right there. Alright, so I max protect and then swing Bellamy. But there's a few things you can do that make this play better. Or make it different anyway. So, because the things that you're going to do on this play aren't really going to work every time, but if they do, it's cool. So, I put him on a wheel. There's a stupid glitch where wheel routes don't always translate when you try and put it over there. Let's see if I can get it. Maybe if I put Craig on a wheel. There we go. Okay. So that's what you want to do. Alright, so what happens is if you get the time, you can throw that wheel pretty deeply. Alright, so the other one is just like the first setup. We're going to swing him. We're going to slant you. Or we're going to slant Rice. Right? We're going to motion out Davis. And snap it. So that one works a lot better when you're on the side of the hash. But yeah, that's all I have to say on that one. Alright, so now on to the halfback wheel. The most overused play in Madden 17 and 16. You see it run by everybody. Everybody, I tell you. Alright, so version 1 is going to slant the wide receiver. And your reads are post, slant, and then tight end corner. So you're going to look at the post, throw the post. Oh, man, who is that, like, blocking all those throws? There's some guy that keeps blocking them. Alright, so you throw it to the wide receiver. I like doing this as my last resort play. Because there's also this. Same setup as before, but block the left halfback, then streak the right halfback. And most people will leave the middle open, so you actually get that halfback throw. Because oftentimes when someone sees this, they're going into Mabel. Alright, so next, version 2. Alright, max protect, out the far right receiver. So out Owens, and now you have a bench to one side. Not the best bench, but a bench. That tip drill was more epic than the catch. So, whoops, forgot to max protect, so let's just... Look at that fell. Alright, so max protect, out route that guy, slant rice, and then pass lead up when you throw a wide open pass like that. Okay, now, let's see. Version 3, block left halfback, streak right receiver. Now you have a flood. Not a good flood, but flood. So the cool thing about this is like you have almost 9 plays or so, like in one formation. Alright, so version 4 is max protect, motion halfback to the right, slant that motioned halfback. Now streak the far right receiver. And reads our post. It's your slant to the halfback, your corner to the tight end, or the post. So, see the slant. Boop. Alright, so power O. It's a decent play to call. It's not really that good though. Try to avoid it. Oh, alright, so that play. I already showed you the bench version, but I forgot there was a second version. Motion halfback right, slant motion halfback, drag outside right receiver, and now we have a levels concept. Alright, so next play. We're on mesh now. Mesh. Alright, so mesh. So you're going to block the left halfback. You're going to streak the far right. Oh, oops. Messed that one up. Block the halfback. Streak the A receiver. And then we're going to run it as a flood. If I don't say run it as stock, you can always run it as stock. Trust me. This kind of play can be run stock. It's not something I run stock. Like, it's not even something I really call. But one thing I'm trying to show you is try and have the option to make a flood route. Alright, so now we're on PA slide. Slide. This is a nice play. I like this play. Alright, so the first version is you slant him like that and just try and hit the open guy. So, open was A. So that's the first version. First version is you don't really have to do any of that. Just quickly get it to your halfback. And that's really all you can do. I mean, it's not that complicated of a play. Alright, so that's not the last play because I've discovered a couple plays in the near book. They're near and strong. Let's see. Is there anything in strong, or was it the other strong? Try weak. Alright, so PA boot left tackle and PA boot slide are basically the same play, except for this one you have to swing out the halfback. It runs very similar to the draw concept. Man, that guy is too tall. Okay, let's try and run that again. Alright, so you're gonna run it, and then run it with the QB if possible. And it's a nice fun play. Let me try it with a scrambling QB to show you the full effect of it. Since no one's on the stream, I can't take any questions, can I? If there's any of you on the stream and you have a question, let me know now before I end the stream. Oh, alright, so that didn't work. Alright, so what we're gonna do... QB runs. They're always fun. Okay. Well. Clip all. Alrighty. Well, this has been Legacy from Madden University. Hope you enjoyed the book. Alright, have a good day. Hey Cortana, end stream. I don't... That just happens.